stand up here. God. Give me a second here. Whew, man, this thing's a mess. I don't know what I'm going to do with this stand. This stand's a mess. I got to do something about it, though. Got to get that off of that stand there. Okay. All right, now that's off the pad, which is good. We don't want it on the pad. I got to move my chair. I got to move my chair, unplug it. Shoot, you know what? I forgot to warm up my clay. Well, anyway, I'm going to take off a little bit of the clay anyway. It's a little bit too much on the scowl. Oh yeah. And I also want to open up this app. You know, kind of cool. Looking at the DP24 now. I don't have this stuffed right. It's just sitting on one of the. Oh. All right, let me get this thing straightened out now. Come on. There we are. Yo, what's happening? J Thor? Okay, so let me kind of show you guys. This is DP24's overhaul. Did a good job on it. Did a real good job on it. Now I've got to, it looks like it got a little blown out here in shipping. This cheek line got a little blown out. We lost some detail here. It looks like this area here got blown out. So what I usually do whenever I got a mask that's got a little bit of a deform to it, I'll heat gun this and I'll push it into play. You know, I'll push it down like that. That's where I have to push it, right there. Right there is all I have to do is push it down, and that'll bring that back in to where it's supposed to be. It looks like this area here got blown out just a little bit, but that's not what I'm talking about here. There are little things that I can do to fix it. I'm working on a scowl on my sculpture. It's so close. But this is DP24 underneath the studio lights. Let me turn it this way. Yeah. Under the studio lights. Now the hair's got a hell of a pompadour here. I'm going to have to. Now I wanted to ask DP, did he add hair to this, or is this still the same hair that was on the mask? This looks a little different, this hair. Yeah, I gotta doctor up the hair on it, bring it down. You need that depth. What happens is, in shipping, the hair gets really messed up. Now, the best tool to use, believe it or not, is this tool here. That'll pull this apart a little bit, create some more depth back into the hair. Now this side, this is just stays the way it is. Yes, he did. Did a real good job on this. And it's got a gray look to it, a very grayish, greenish look. What I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to take this outside in the shade and show off the true colors, because under the studio lights you still don't get to see the real good colors. You know, you can see the yellows, you can see that in there, you can see, but you don't see any oranges in here. You don't see it real well. You can't, it is there, but it's not real. But man, it's good. It's a nice. You know, it looks like it's charcoal, like it's been in an ash storm, a black ash storm. Joshy, what's up, man? Long time no hear. So DP24 sent me a free mask of his overhaul. He just sent me as a gift a overhaul to do a review on. I did an unboxing. I uploaded the unboxing a little while ago. I did it in my living room, a little nicer, a little classier. The studio looks like crap. But anyway, he sent me the Halloween Kills mask. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to take still shots. Now I'm going to put it on my Facebook, because I haven't figured out how to upload it to YouTube. Asylum, yes sir. So anyway, yeah, he was kind enough to send me a free mask, and you know, do an unboxing and a reveal and put it on my channel to show his workmanship. And I'm telling you right now, man, it's really nice work. DP24, I gotta ask, did you use airbrush at all? Was this done with some airbrush, or did you just do dry brushing with this effect? Because this looks pretty good. Some of it I know what you did here. I can tell just by looking at the black and the way. I'm not going to reveal that, because I don't know how you feel about showing any of the techniques. I understand some of that, but what I do know is we're going to try and get this hair shaped right again. Now what I'll do is I'll add some gnarly strands down here. This is a much finer fiber than I usually use. Now I don't know if this is still like the original hair that came onto this mask. Is this the original hair? We'll have to see. I don't know if DP has joined us yet. Has DP joined us yet? Fix the jawline. What do you mean? You're talking about my sculpture? I can't do anything with this mask. You talking about this? Asylum? That jawline's on the money. I'm not messing with that. No frigging way. That is on the money, and you can ask anybody that's been watching this over the last several days. That jawline is spot on. What I am working on is the scale right now. This needs to be, it's like two bumps. There's two bumps here. They have to be more prominent, all right? But this here also, this whole shape here stays there. And I brought these scale lines down where they're supposed to be on the nose. The nose is almost perfect. I mean, I have the nose almost spot on. Yeah, you can't do anything about the, all right, now see, all right, from this angle, seeing this from this angle, hold on, let me get the profile of the mask. The problem with the mask is I'm gonna have to heat this up with a heat gun. This eye cut is bulging out where it's not supposed to be. So what I'll do is I'll take a tool, anything, I'll heat that up and I'll push this here like that. And that's the way that's supposed to be. I got to do it to both sides. And what happens is sometimes if it's overblown inside the shipping, it could have been something in the but I instantly could tell what was wrong with the mask when I saw it, when I got it. But that I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. It's easy fix. DP24. Are you in the house? DP's not here yet. Okay. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a good video to show people how you can fix a problem like this, where the eye cut looks like it's blown out a little bit too much. See, by doing that, just that little bit of press in right there, it puts the shape in it. And same thing with this side. You have to, you got to be careful. See, now I can also see that right in this area here, that's got to be pushed in. There's a bulge right here. I'm going to have to figure out a way to get that pressed in. And you do it with a heat gun. But you got to be careful. You don't want to overheat it. I'm not sure exactly what paint he used. That'll be talked about in private conversation. DP24 is in the house, baby. Yeah, it's really nice job. It really is. It's a really nice job. This lighting does not do it justice. Even the lighting inside my studio, in my living room, didn't do it justice. What I'm going to do is tomorrow, I want to put it on Facebook. I can't figure out how to use a Facebook short and take a bunch of still shots and upload it as a video and put it on YouTube. I wish I could do that, but I want everybody to go to my Facebook and you'll be able to see the still shots that I'm going to take of this after I correct some of the faults, the defects that are in the mask. I'm going to stuff it right. I'm going to stuff it. Right now it's just on a piece of foam padding. It's not properly stuffed, and there's a bulge here. I want to show this to DP while he's on here, and I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to show you how you fix this problem. Actually, I need to put it over here in the light, get the angle right. All right, you see the eye cut, right? Look at the lower eye cut. Now watch what I do. See what needs to be fixed? I'm going to do that with a heat gun. And then spritz of cold water to lock it in place. Heat it up, press it in. But I'm a little troubled with this section of the nose. This is going to be very difficult to get back into normal shape. Right here. Because this nose is dented right in here. All right. Right here, and it's bulging right here. It's a defect. It's nothing that DP did at all. It has everything to do with just it's a bad pull from the movie. And you're not going to get good pulls anymore. So you better know how to fix these things. Because if you don't know how to fix them, you're never going to get a perfect mask. I love this paint scheme. I'm not critiquing you at all. I'm only telling you that these masks sometimes are very difficult to get very good copies. And the best time to get, especially if you're going to Trick or Treat Studios, not Trick or Treat Studios, sorry, Spirit of Halloween, it's better to go into a shop that carries the mask, all right? And you want to go in there just as they get all their masks in. It's right away. And why I say that is, for 2 years, I'm going to take this out of frame and I'm going to show you, wait a minute, should I show you? Yeah, let me take this off the stand. I'll take this mask off of here real quick. And I'll put my other 2 masks that I did find. Now I got to fix that, so that's not a problem. So this here is my little headstand to put my masks on when I'm trying to show them off. Now I'm going to show you the the Trick or Treat Studios 2018 mask that I found this year. Really? There we go. All right, now. This is a 2018 mask. This is the original, this is the first mask that they came out with. It's only 23.5 inches. It's a very small mask. But look at all the hair they gave me with this mask. All right, now here's the problem. When not so much a problem, but when I went to, like, it has all the details, all the cracks are in the mask. You can't find that on most of these masks anymore. You can actually see the cracks, all the little defects that are in that mask. I can really bring that out with a nice overhaul. As a matter of fact, it might be something I send to DP. I've been looking for this mask for 2 years, trying to get a good copy of it. And I tried Trick or Treat Studios several times, and they sent me crap every time. So I gave up on buying it from Trick or Treat Studios. So for two seasons it was last year and this year was the first time I actually found one. But I made it a point to go to Spirit of Halloween the very first week that they were open. Now in this economy, I'm sure these masks weren't flying off the shelves. But I also have the premier place, the main store from Spirit of Halloween. Is only 30 miles away from me. It's the main, it's the hub of all these Spirit of Halloweens. So anyway, they had one in Rio Grande, so I went to Rio Grande. I'm going to read your comments in a minute, guys. I went to Rio Grande this year, and they had at least, I'd say 25 to 30 masks on the rack of this mask. And out of 30 masks, only two looked good. This one and another one. And it had the detail. Like the cracks are in the mask. You can really see it in the mask. They're here. All the details are in here, and that's what I look for. When it's a little deformed, I can fix that through stuffing. I can stuff this out to make it look exactly the way it's supposed to look. These eye cuts are not deformed at all. A little washed out right in here, but I can fix that as well, just with some paint. I can do it with some but most of this is all in the mask. It's got all the details, so I can really do a job on this. At some point, I am going to do an overhaul for this mask for my channel. I think, like in here, this is a little deformed. This needs to come out just a touch. Just a touch. Like that. Let me see. I can't tell. Anyway, my point is, stuffing a mask is important. You have to make sure that you stuff the mask right. Okay, I meant to say. there, you. That's what I was getting at. DP24 overhauling this mask is very difficult because the details are very, very fine. And most times people do have to paint the details into the mask. Um, Unless you're lucky enough to find one. This has the details in the cracks. The cracks are here. You can really see them. And even if I don't, even if they're not real heavy in the mask, you can see where they're supposed to be. So I can actually fix this. I can make this look perfect. Um, my problem is never having the time to do it. Now, my Halloween kill ends mask that I got one of the first pulls. And how I know that is because of how much detail is in that mask. Oh, really? J Thor, I didn't know that. They fixed the mold. I guess enough people complained they weren't going to keep buying that mask if it was crappy. Yeah, and it's true. I mean, I'm not going to order from Trick or Treat Studios because you don't know what you're going to get. You have no idea what you're going to get. When it gets there, it's all of a sudden you got a washed out, oh my God, deformed. It was a mess. And I ordered it 3 different times, and I was like, 3 strikes and you're out, baby. I don't play games. And I didn't even want to do it 3 times, but I did. And they have a thing where you can't send the mask back. You can't send it back once you debag, once you've taken it out, you're screwed. So, and you know what I did with them masks? Tossed them right in the trash. I hate to say it, but I did. I tossed them right in the trash. They were that bad. I couldn't use them. I couldn't do anything to them. I couldn't fix them. I couldn't. Worthless. Throw them in the trash. $70 in the garbage. If you can get good copies of this 2018 mask, I suggest you do it. I am going to make my 1-to-1 into this 2018. I'm going to age it into this 2018. That's going to be the first mask that I do to this after I silicone this. Now let me show you the I still have the tag on this. I bought that this year at Spirit of Halloween. And out of 30 masks that were on the rack, and I got there just as they were putting them up. They put them up that morning. And I was able, out of the 30 masks, only 2 out of that whole rack were any good. And this goes back, I think August is when I went in there. The very beginning of August, or maybe the middle of August. It might have been the middle of August. But I can show you, the cracks are all in here. You can see it in the mask. You can really see the details in that mask. They're really there. All the little cracks. A little washed out where I showed you just a few minutes ago in that right eye cut. This eye cut right here, right there where my finger is. It's a little washed out right there. But I can still see where the cracks are supposed to be there. So I can kind of paint them in. Let me show you the ends mask that they gave me. Now this, whew, man, sick. I love it. No, I don't want that like that. Now this mask, wait till you see how many details are in this. You can't even get this mask in good detail. Sorry for the back shot, but I want to get a little closer to the camera so you can see. Look at the details in this mask. Now this mask has no deforms on it at all. I know that this is one of the first first couple of pulls that came off the mold, just by the way it is. And I mean, I'm a mask maker, so I know when I see a fresh pull from like a fresh mold, a new mold, I knew that I had a really good copy here. When I saw this on the shelf, now I got this off of Spirit of Halloween 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It was the year Ends came out, when they first produced this mask. When they first came out with this mask, I was like one of the first ones, went right to the store right away and got it. And the reason why is because I really love the detail in this mask. And it's a big mask. It fits really well on me. It fits on my brother real well. When he wears this, man, it looks like it's part of the movie. Now, I did take a lot of the cotton that was on the face off. I washed it all off of here. And I do plan on overhauling this big time. And the hair is actually not bad on here. I can pull it. I can make it, you know, come out a little. I'm going to make it more detailed. I can really do. I did pull it away from here because it was stuck down real hard on the back of the head. So yeah, I can get this really nice. Hold on, you can't even see what I'm doing. Jesus. Let me put it on the stand. I'll put it on the stand. I'm sitting there talking. I don't realize the damn mask is not nice. Okay. We'll do a little work on the sculpture, but not much. I'm just right now. I'm so close to finished on the sculpture. Look at the detail on that. Look at that. That is sick. That is such a really nice mask. I love the Ends mask. I hated the movie, but I love the mask. The mask is so creepy. And I'll tell you what I think really captures the mask. It's the angle of the eye slits. Now that's what I am going to change my sculpture to match this. These eye cuts have to have that pitch to get this creepiness. When I get to the point where I've done the 2018 and the kills and the Ends are basically the same sculpture, only the Ends mask is a little bigger and heavier weathered. More cracks, more details, more wear, crack. There's a lot more cracks in this mask. Deeper too, deeper detail. Yeah, I can even the scowl's heavier right here. It bulges out further from the 18 and the 20 and the kills. But this, I love this. I love the way this eye cut looks here with the deformed, but yet it's got this weird look right on the cut. Man, it's so cool. So cool. Christopher Nelson, man, hats off. This mask is so awesome. It sucks that the movie sucked so bad. It really did. I mean, because I think this was like I think this mask here, if this was in Halloween Kills, it's just a whole nother level. The Kills mask is nice too. It's basically the same thing. As you can see, the Kills mask is a little smaller. Just a touch smaller. But now you can see, look at the nose. This is what I'm talking about. If I can keep this thing from rolling. This nose is dented. It's dented in here, bulging out there. And it's made the nose real crooked. See how crevices goes in nice on that nose. Everything's good there. But I'll fix this. I'll make an attempt to fix it. I'll have to try because I do not want a mask that will, just doesn't. DP24, I'm going to ask this live, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to do it. You just send me an email. Did you use ink or did you use latex mask paint? just going to ask that question because I have, just from looking at the back of the mask, I can think it was ink. But I don't know for sure. I don't want to give that away if he's trying to keep that a quiet. Okay, so what's going on here? Let me read up. So I'm going to buy 2 copies. H40 mask is hard to overhaul for me. Joshy is silent. I'm trying to read the comments. I'm trying to get caught up wherever I left off. I'm trying to remember where I meant to say. New 2018 masks are nice again. They fixed the. No, not the burnt side. I didn't want to reveal that. I'm not trying to say it. DP, just do me a favor. Send me a private message. Because you don't want to tell people what you're doing and how you're doing it. I'm guessing because I can feel the texture. I kind of feel, I can feel it to tell you what it is and what it isn't. But I might be wrong. But I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious if I am. How's that? Isn't that? I'm always wondering if I'm wrong. That area, yeah, I can see what you did there. But I like it. Now the burnt areas here, I know how that's done too. But no, we got to have a private conversation with that because this is something that's this is you know, this is your thing. This is what you're make your bread and butter off of. So this mask here, I'm sorry, I'm holding it down and you guys aren't seeing what I'm looking at. I can tell what you did here. All right. Now what you put in here, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to talk about things that somebody's done. It's their work and I don't want to change. It looks awesome though. I will give a suggestion to anybody out there that's doing this mask and you're doing the burnt side on the hair. If it's real wool fiber, do not use a torch because real hair, human hair or animal hair, it just turns to ash and you will not get that effect. Now if it's synthetic hair you can, but you can't do it with real wool or real, like any kind of like camel hair or me and you are going to have a private conversation on what hair you use too. I'm kind of curious to what it is because I like the fibers that are in this. It's pretty nice, but it's thinner stuff than I use. Fiber thickness, meaning the micron thickness of the hair follicle. Mine's a little thicker. This is a little bit, but what's nice about hair like this is you can style it easier. You can get a better style out of it. The thicker the fiber, the less manageable it is, especially as a wool. Wool hairs are very difficult to tease if they're thick fiber to get the right look. But I'll give you this little secret here to all you guys out there. Human hair is 70 microns thick, roughly around 70 microns thick, and that's thick. Most wool hair that you buy, like this, camel hair included, the thickest it goes is about 40 to 45 microns. That's the thickest you're going to find any kind of animal wool of any kind. Sheep hair, doesn't matter what animal. It's about 40 to 45 microns is about as thick as it'll go. I'm at the maximum with the hair that I get. And because I want it to replicate human hair. I really want it to look like human hair. And I think that's what they did. I actually think on the screen used Kill's mask and the 2018 mask, I really think that they had a combination of human hair with another hair, and it gave it more depth, because it really had that silkiness to it. It just had a very different look to it, and no matter what wool I've tried, you cannot replicate what they did. And it's a blend. I know it's a blend of hair that they used, but I don't know what they used. I just know that there's a blend, and I've had so many people say, "Oh, well, it's this, this, and this. It's 3 different types of hair." It still didn't look the same. My guess is it really had a lot of human hair in it. It really had a lot of real human hair, because you can't replicate that micron thickness from human hair. And this is me doing a lot of research on this kind of stuff. I do a lot of, sorry for picking my nose, but man, I got like fuzzy right up, got a fuzzy from the hair, I think. Yes. So yeah, I got to sculpt. The only thing I'm working on, let me show you guys real quick. Let me put this back up on the stand. Hold on, I can leave that there. No, I can't leave that there. I got to take that off of there. Put this on the stand, because I still have to doctor that one. And I'm going to tell you how I can tell is the feel of this latex. Feel nice and pliable and soft this is. Well, inks, especially alcohol inks, have a tendency of drying the latex a little bit and giving a little bit of stiffness to it. I don't like that, just so you know. Do yourself a favor, DP. If that's what you used, don't use inks on latex masks. Not on the latex. Hair, fine, but not on the latex. Do yourself a favor and get this. I want you to. Here's the paint you want to get, and you're going to have to get. Let me hang this up first, because I don't want this latex to get messed up. This mask is so perfect. I don't want to have this get distorted in any way. All right, so let me grab the bottle of stuff you want to get. And also, you know what? I'll pull that down instead of showing you this. All right, yeah, I'll show you that too. Nightshades. That's the paint you want to get. But I want you to get this airbrush in particular. All right, you're going to need an airbrush that is a siphon airbrush when you're spraying latex paints. All right, and the latex paint, the best way to describe how thin you want this latex. Now, first of all, let me show you this paint first. All right, it's Motion Picture Effects. Motionpictureeffects.com is where you want to order this stuff. It's called Nightshades. Nightshades is the stuff that I know. This is black. I think this is in my black. Yeah, this is my Black Sabbath. This is latex paint. This is the best stuff on the market for painting latex paints. Latex mask. The texture on it is so unbelievable. Yeah, no, acrylics, stay away from acrylics, because they don't, I mean, it's good for a black wash for acrylic paint on your masks, but I want you to, feel the mask that I gave you and feel the difference in the quality of the texture on the outside of the face of the mask, and feel that texture. Okay, so if you're going to spray latex, you've got to get one of these airbrushes right here. This is the one you want. Pache, all right. It's a siphon. It's down here. The bottle is down underneath here, and it siphons up the paint from this point. I'll show you. See the lid that's on here? Damn it, not in frame here. Oh, you know what, let me do it this way. Hairbrush set. Says siphon feed right here. Single action, internal mix, siphon feed. This is the Pache, I forget what the hell does that say? It looks like H series. The paint you want to use is called Nightshades. It's called Nightshades. Let me try to get in a little closer. Can you see that? The lighting in here sucks. This is the best latex mask paint on the market. Now this stuff runs thick. You have to water it down, but you only water it down with distilled water. Never tap water, because the minerals will destroy the paint. Always use distilled water. And the rule of thumb is, if you have a glass cylinder that the paint's in, you want to splash that paint up on the sides of the glass jar, and if it leaves a thin film of paint as it runs back down on the glass, then you got a perfect mix. You don't want it to be too thick or too thin, because the Pache will clog. They do clog no matter what, no matter how good you are. When I spray paint, I'm constantly cleaning that gun, constantly. Latex paint is no joke. Now, there's another method where you can use 1 part distilled water, 1 part house latex paint in any color that you want to buy it in, and then 1 part pure mask latex, and mix it together. And that will also make you a good quality latex paint for your mask. But the problem with that is, every mask that I've ever painted with that combination, if you're doing a cheap mask, okay, you can do it. If you're doing a $300 to $400 or $500 mask that you want to sell for that kind of money, no, you can't use that kind of paint, because that paint gets very dry. It makes the surface dry and stiff. It stiffens the latex. It makes the latex get real stiff. My paint doesn't do that to the latex. The only time latex really stiffens up is over time. It gets stiffer naturally. Where's Raphael? Raphael in the house? I haven't seen Raphael in the past couple of, but he's been busy. He's got his own thing too. He does his own channel. So, a lot of guys, they're on and off. I'm good with that. I mean, I don't really make money on YouTube, and this isn't about making money on YouTube. It's next to impossible to make YouTube money anyway. It really is. But the Pache is what you want to get as far as your painting your mask with. And this is how it's hooked up right here. This nozzle here thickens or thins your spray on the amount. Your air goes in through the bottom of this thing, and it's a single action. It doesn't pull back, it's just pressed down. That's all it is. Hold on. This doesn't pull back. This doesn't go back and forth. Just single action. It pushes down, and it's just that's it. There's not, but it's a siphon. Remember, it's siphoning the paint up through the bottom through here. It never goes through this part of the gun, and that's why you want this type of gun. You don't want a gun where the paint is also going through the gun, because they clog so bad and they're shitty. So, all right, so let's get on to the sculpture. What's up, Drac Nation? So I've been revealing, yeah, I'm gonna put this back on the stand. DP24 is in the house, and he actually sent me one of his overhauls of his 2018, or not 2018, I keep saying that. I'm a little lethargic tonight. I've been lethargic for the last several weeks. All right. This is DP24's overhaul of the Kills mask from Trick or Treat Studios. Now I've got some work to do to this mask. I'm going to have to heat this mask up to get it the deforms out. Like there's a deform here in the neck. I'm going to have to get that out of there. Doing it through a heat gun. I also have to push this eye cut in just a little bit, both on each side. I got to do some serious work on this nose. This nose is really dented right in here. Don't know what's going on there, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it. DP sent me one of his overhauls, and I'm telling you, it's awesome. Looks like he stepped right out of the ashes. It even has the grayish look to the face. Tomorrow, in the shade, I'm going to take a bunch of still shots of this mask. Hopefully I can get the deforms out of this mask, and by then, before I do it, because I want to show how I fix the mask on one of the lives. And before I take the shots, like this here is like this neck here, like this has got to be. Now how I'm going to do this neck, see how it's a little deformed right in here? I'm just going to take this area, I'm going to pinch this with something, probably a clamp going across this, and then have it pull down with weight. I'll have it pull down like this. I'll have it hanging on there, some kind of weight, and then just heat it up, and then cool it down with some misted water. That's all I'm going to do. This side here, see how blown out this neck is here? Very hard, and it starts right up in this area. So this has got to come out like here, and then this has got to go in a little bit. Oh. Wow, this one's going to be difficult. I may have to how can I do that? I know what I can do. Might have to put this on a armature. I might have to put this on an armature to get the shape of the neck right, because this is really hard to do. You can't just. This area here is a real trouble spot. See, I think DP, I didn't get to look at the mask real good when I did the unboxing. I literally unboxed it live. That was the first time I saw it, so I didn't really get to really look at it. I was looking at the paint. That's what I was looking at. I wasn't looking for deforms or anything like that. But this is the nature of this business. These masks are coming. They're not coming in perfect condition. You can't do anything about it. You just have to learn how to fix them. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I can to try and fix this. So, with that being said, the paint scheme, sick. Off the chart. Love it. Look at this, guys. In daylight, and with better lighting. Let me do something here. Let's drop this lighting down a little bit. More direct on it. There we go. I can't do anything with that one, but I can do something with this. Look at that profile, guys. You can see some of the color in there now, but it's not, like I said, I'm going to fix those defects that are in the jaw, in the chin here. It's a dent that's going up too far. and it's bulging right in here, and this eye cut's got to be pushed in just a little bit right there, because it's making the cheeks stick out too far right in this area right here. So I got to push this in just a touch. It's little things, man, mean a lot. You just have to, as a sculptor, you instantly see where any kind of defects come through, like something's not right on the mask. The nose, at the bridge of this nose, it's right in here, it's a mess right in here. I've got to figure that out. I don't know if I can fix that though. Well, I'm going to push this out right here. That's what I'm going to do there, and I'm going to pinch it here and heat this up and see if I can get that where it needs to be. The nose is what's causing the problem here. So I got to push this nose out right in here. Hopefully my finger can take the heat, and that I'll put some gloves on. Yep. These are the little problems that we have as mask makers. We do. But it's pretty cool, man. I like it. It is cool. But it also gives me a challenge, DP. It gives me a challenge to fix this thing. And what I might do for you, DP, is because I'm not really a mask collector. I love the work. I'm going to possibly send this right back to you so you can sell it, and you can bid. You can sell it and make some money after people see it online here. We're going to fix this thing up for you, and I'm going to send it back to you. Not that I don't want it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just not a collector. I don't even collect my own masks. I have one for display to sell the mask. I'm not a collector, and I shouldn't say that, because I should be like one of you guys, want to be one of you guys. I'm not. I'm actually I'm a musician, mainly a disc jockey, keyboard player, percussionist, and what's behind this back screen back here are thousands of records that are behind this. You don't see it though, because I got a lot. I got unbelievable. I got 12-inch singles, thousands of them on that wall, all the way to the ceiling, all the way to the floor. There's records back behind this facade. But my wife was like, "You aren't collecting no damn masks. No, thank you. We got enough shit in this house." She's right. We do. We have a lot of stuff. So, okay. So what I'm working on with the sculpture is I need this shaped better right in here. Now I have to fix this bulge. It's a little too high right in here. Yeah. So the reason why I'm being extra careful with getting this sculpture right, because I need one of these. That's all I need. I don't want to do this twice. I'm not doing this another time. This is it. If this is not good enough, it's just never going to be good enough, because I need to move on into making the what the hell? Oh, I see what I did there. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I had to lower this upper lip. It was still sticking. It was sticking out too far, and I got a little bit of a bulge in the lip cut right in here. Lowering that light really revealed that. I would have never saw that. Thank God I did do that. But I'm not really in a mood for sculpting tonight, And you never want to sculpt when you're not in the mood, trust me, because you'll just screw something up and take days to get it fixed. You need to really be focused on whatever it is you're doing and really be in the mood for that. And I've already been working on this a lot, and there's not much I can change to this anymore. I'm at the point where I've done all the changes I can make to this to make it as accurate as it is. It's very close, very, very, very close. So close, I don't think I could do any better. I just want to make sure my scowl is right. That is what I'm trying to get perfect. Now the scowl, what I mean by the scowl, the shape of the scowl is this area right in here, right? This has to be right. Now the angle of this is pitched further this way, all right? And this is steeper. This goes up. It's like a, that's the actual scowl shape right there. It's, see how this pitch goes a little bit more slanted and then this one goes up higher? That's the actual scowl shape. But I want this has to have this little bump right on both sides coming into the top of this nose. Some people say that it's sticking out too far here. No, it's not, because I know when I'm looking at the actual, what they tried to replicate was off of the William Shatner mask. That bulge that's on the William Shatner mold mask, let me show it to you, man. You can't believe how far that sticks out. On the actual life cast of William Shatner, his scowl really bumps out on the top of his nose, right here. Let me show you. I'll show you the clay head that I have. This is the LC 78 that I never put in production, and I still don't plan on it. All right. This is the scowl, but look how far out that scowl is. Look at how thick that scowl is. Hold on, let me, nope, gotta turn it this way. Need a black background. Try to tilt it so it's facing upward on you. Damn it, it's not giving me the true. Now this is what we're trying to replicate. Look how far out. That bump is on that scowl. That's the scowl. That's the William Shatner life cast. Doesn't get any better than that, because that's actually from William Shatner's face. This yeah, that's the life cast. And it's got a little dented here and there, but let me do this again. Put this back up where it was. This is what we're trying to replicate right here. That's what he tried to do. And that bump, this is the actual, this is the actual, I didn't sculpt that into this. This is life cast. This is from the life cast. The plaster life cast. DP24, you got to roll out of there for a little bit. So yeah, I'm trying to replicate this scowl here. Now my sculpture is a much bigger sculpt, but I want to replicate this, because that's what Christopher Nelson was trying to replicate, this right here, this scowl. But I don't want it to be, it can't be exactly like that because his isn't exactly like that. But it has to have some resemblance. Now if you look at, hold on, let me try and put this side by side. Now they're definitely from the different angles. Do you see how much further that life cast sculpture sticks out compared to the flashback that's behind it? Sticks out a lot further. But anyway. Yeah, I'm not sculpting tonight. I'm not in the mood for it. Did I just hit that? I did. I banged it. You son of a bitch. I banged the lip when I moved the head. Alright, easy to fix. Yeah, baby. So I don't like putting anything on the stand while I'm working, because if I put anything and it's hard, it hits it, bangs it, it'll screw up the sculpture. Well, this is the life cast. That's not a sculpture. That is actually the life cast. That came from the stone life cast that I have. I made a silicone mold from the life cast. That's the hydrocal life cast, which is plaster. It gave me a half face, the actual life cast, and then I made a silicone mold of that life cast, and then I poured some clay. Now I cut the eye holes out. I cut the eyes into the sculpture here, but I didn't change anything. I put eyebrows on it, and I cut the eye holes, and I still don't think the eye cuts are right. But this is actually the life cast from William Shatner. That's his actual life cast. Look at the size of my sculpture compared to that life cast. Can you imagine trying to fit your head into that mask? That's how they made the original Captain Kirk mask. It was from that life cast. So that mask was a very, very tiny mask. Because when that's made into latex, that's 1.5 inches smaller than what you're seeing there. So oh yeah, well it's the life cast. It's actually what the 78 was made from. That's the LC. It's called the LC. I was going to make this mask, but I was like, you know what? I just don't have. I don't like copying something. I don't like using it. It has to be my sculpture, or I don't want to do it. If I don't sculpt it, and I don't, even if I use it for reference, that's fine. But I have to hand sculpt it, and I want it bigger. I don't want it that small. It is way too small. It'd be good for like maybe a real small kid. I don't know. I just think it's way too small for the normal person. By the time that's shrunk down into a latex mask, even in a very thin casted mask, you're still looking at a very tiny mask. I'm going to say 23-inch mask. If your head is bigger than 23 inches, you're never going to get into that mask without major stretching. Now, if you just want it for a shelf piece, that's what you do. You use it for something on the shelf, where you can't wear it. If that's the case, then I might as well foam fill those. Now, that's what I'll do. I might make that mask into a foam filled mask that you can put on a display case. But I want to get the eye cuts better than that. The eye cuts have to be more accurate. So once I get them right, it'll be on the money. But I still got a little bit of work to do on this sculpture. My Ultra FB78. Not Ultra. 1-to-1. I'm sorry, I'm getting very tired. I need to get in bed. I started my day at about 4:30 this morning. And I've been busy all day. I've been cooking meals, I've been doing all kinds of stuff, so prep meals. I did a lot. I've done a lot today. We went food shopping, forgot about that too. I also had to do some work with music. No fun. I didn't have a fun day today. Because when I feel like I haven't gotten anything accomplished, I don't know about you. The older you get, the less patience you have and the less time you want to waste on nothing, doing nothing. You want to accomplish something every day. You want to get something done. I'm one of these guys that if I don't feel like I've done something to be gratifying for the day, it's like a wasted day. Might as well stay in bed and just sleep the whole day and watch stupid TV. I can't watch TV. I'm not a TV guy. I'll watch it at night, but you know what I do? I fall asleep to it. Yeah, that's a life cast. It's actually not my sculpture. That's just literally a copy of the life cast. It's an exact copy. And as a matter of fact, you know the funny thing is, do you see that little bump that's there? It's right here. You can see it in the light. Right in the center, there's this little tiny bump. I replicated that in here because it is in the Ultra. Really? That was balanced. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, it is actually in the screen used flashback mask. Yeah, I definitely was going to do that for you. I told you I'd do that. I definitely was going to put that up there for you. The Kills mask, it's right here. You're seeing that little bit. I'm just out of shelf room. I don't want to add one more thing to this thing because if it does, it'll fall on me. So, yeah, I had a long day today, so I'm going to say goodnight to all you guys. I'm just really lethargic. I don't know if this is ever going to change, man, because I just can't wait to get the surgery done. Get the surgery over with so I can get on with living. Get this weight down. Make me feel better. Yeah, I did sculpt the ears to look better. I can show you the one side. I'm not going to show you the other. Oh yeah. Profile's sick on my Ultra, not Ultra. I keep saying that 1-to-1 FB78. That's what this is called. See it right here on the back of the head. 1-to-1 FB78 custom corpses, sculpted right into the head. Look at the size difference between those two noggins. That's unreal. I still got to add a little clay right in here. I got X marks here to make sure that I don't forget. Carved into the neck. Just needs to be bulged out just a little bit right there. man, long day. I can't wait to watch some TV, relax and chill out. Call it a day. Let me pull this forward. Come on, get the hell out of there. I'm looking at the scale difference. My scale is probably real close to this now, really close. The actual William Shatner life cast. I got the yawns. Man, am I tired. But this is going to be a really, really nice mask. I know it is. I really have this thing close. Well, let me try to read that on my phone because damn heart, they got this heart right in the way. What I like about your work and everyone else is that you actually make sculpted latex masks. I just buy Todd's mask and overhaul them. Well, that's still an art. You know, it's not, some people don't have the money to do what I did to start this business. That's another thing, man. It's a lot of money. And thank God my wife, she helped me a lot with this business. But you know, at some point I got to start making money back. You know, that's the thing. I got to make money back. DAC Nation. I read your comments. I just haven't read them out loud. I think everybody can see these comments, right? Can everybody see the comments? You painted up just right. Definitely look like the 78. Yep. Get some sleep, Johnny. I just had a bad day. Here's what happened. I come home, I work Saturday night. I came home. I started using the CPAP machine about a week and a half ago. 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of using the CPAP. Well, last night, or Saturday night, was the very first night that I said, you know what, I'm just going to skip it tonight. Man, I woke up Sunday. I felt like crap. I mean, really felt terrible. So I don't know what that thing does for me, but I felt terrible without using it. So, man, I'm going to use that thing every night now. No bullshitting around, because that I felt really bad on Sunday. And it wasn't until late Sunday night. What happened was Sunday mid-afternoon, I thought, you know what? Let me try and go on the CPAP and then take a nap, because I was just I was tired all day on Sunday and I didn't feel good. I thought, you know what? Let me go back on the CPAP machine and see if this will help me a little bit. And sure did. I took a nap with it for about an hour and a half. I woke up and man, I felt like $1 million. So the CPAP definitely does a lot for me, obviously. I'm going to talk to the doctor about that too, because I was under the impression that you don't have to be on it every day. But man, if I'm not on it, man, I don't feel good. I didn't feel good at all. So, and I still been lethargic since I did that, since Sunday. I mean, here it's only Monday, but I've been using it a lot heavier. I've been using the CPAP a lot more. So that's the real reason. You know, I think that's really threw me for a loop. And they say the reason why you get very sleepy if you're having sleep apnea is you don't get enough sleep, you stop breathing, you're not getting enough oxygen. You do stop breathing. That's the dangerous part. During the course of the night, you stop breathing several times. But what makes it worse is you're not getting enough oxygen when you're sleeping. And that's what makes you really tired, very lethargic. And diabetes doesn't help. So with that being said, at 63 years old, I really watch what I do. I keep an eye on what I'm doing. I really pay attention. And I try to do the best I can. That's all I can do. You know, hopefully I don't kick the bucket before I get this mask produced, right? Isn't that what we want, guys? But anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. I am going to get this sculpture done and siliconed in the next week and a half, because there's not much else I can do to this. This sculpture is really done. I just have to smooth it out. I have to put the texture into it and get it looking right. It's the only thing that has to be done to this thing. So, all right, guys. Oh, with 4 watching, 3 watching, we're losing the numbers. That's good. I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll see you on the next video.